Stop! How'd you like to possess the life-changing ability to ethically sell anything to anyone, no matter where you are or what you do, and become wealthy in the process? Just imagine how it'd feel to be genuinely helping people with an amazing product, thus completely transforming their lives while at the same time generating you tons of cash. If you've ever wanted to do this, then boy do I have a treat for you, because in the next 15 minutes, I'll show you precisely how I made over $20,000 last month doing exactly this, and how you can easily do the same in no time flat. I'll get to the good stuff in a minute, however, first allow me to introduce myself, in case you don't really know me. So my name is Theodore, and I started and grew my YouTube channel, Practical Psychology, to over 1 million subscribers in under 2 years by basically helping people to achieve their dreams all over the world. So how did I get here? Well, I started by creating animated videos, just like this video, because it turns out that this video format is one of the fastest ways that people learn the way that they remember and understand important concepts in a super easy way. However, I haven't always been successful, so to say. In fact, just 3 years ago, I was a nobody graduating from high school, committing to a far too expensive engineering degree, and paying out the wazoo for an education I didn't even like. Not only that, but I quickly realized that shelling out so much each year on college will put me under a lot of debt, so I had to come up with a solid solution, and I had to do it quickly. So after transferring to a community college, I eventually had the courage to start what became Practical Psychology without any experience, any skills, or knowledge about this entire YouTube thing. Yet, I slowly taught myself through books and experimenting to sell on my channel. I sold my thumbnails and my videos until today, where I'm earning over $20,000 a month, getting emails every day about how much I've genuinely helped people in the process. And quite honestly, I couldn't be more fulfilled. I couldn't be happier. Because to me, helping people is directly correlated to my own success and my own fulfillment. And now, I want to help you also. So keep watching and I'll show you how you can model my own success, even if you've never done such a thing, or you don't even think that you can. Trust me, you definitely can. However, before we get there, I want to talk about the 3 main problems that you are going to likely encounter on your journey to making money. Problems that will cripple your progress if you don't deal with them in time. So, problem number 1. You probably have a great product, a great service, or a great idea, but you just can't sell it. No one seems to want to buy from you. Well, as it turns out, you're far from the only one struggling with this. In fact, even the best experience it. Listen, sales is much more than having just a great product. Ultimately, it's about getting someone else to take action. Not next month, not next week, and not even tomorrow, but getting them to take action today, right now. So let me illustrate this with an example. Have you ever needed to mow your lawn and you said to yourself, I'll mow it next week? Or you probably do what millions do each year with the beginning of flu symptoms. Not do anything about it, right? You probably thought to yourself, it's fine, I'll just go to the doctor if it gets worse. And then you couldn't get out of bed for an entire week. Or maybe you've done something even more dangerous, something that millions of Americans do each year and then end up regretting massively. They might think, I'll start saving for retirement next year. Does that sound familiar? You know, the issue isn't what you need to do, it's the fact that you're putting it off. And you know if you started today, if you took that action right now, your life would be much, much easier, better, and more enjoyable in the future, and tomorrow, next week, and years in the future. The idea is to take the action now, and everything will be better in the future, right? So if you happen to be a salesperson, you have to do exactly that. Your main job is to get someone else to take a specific beneficial action that they're putting off later. Even Gary Vaynerchuk attributes his success to what he learned selling simple baseball cards.
My entire career, and I'm not joking, is predicated on what I learned selling baseball cards.
So, if you master the art and science of moving people, you're set. But that brings us to problem number 2. Have you ever felt scammy? Maybe a sellout, even if you're selling something that you really liked and believed in? Well, far too many people act way too salesy when they're trying to sell something, maybe even making the buyers feel scammed afterwards. And they can even experience buyer's remorse. Just the other day, I was at a mall and I walked into this supplement store because I was out of my protein powder that I usually drink after working out. Long story short, as soon as I walk in and start looking around, this very helpful lady immediately jumped on me and started aggressively selling me all kinds of products. She goes on and on about, if I sign up today, I'll get 80% off, and I'll get a free extra pre-workout and other crazy supplements for free with my order. Anyways, after about 10 minutes of just standing around, I finally give in, and being tired, I simply agree just to get it over with. So we walk over to the cash register, and she starts ringing up the products, and the total comes out to be over $200. Are you kidding me? $200, and I came in just for a protein powder? I wasn't even sure if what she was selling me was legal. It was in this prepaid prepackaged Ziploc baggie. You see, that was a time when I definitely felt scammed, and she lost the sale because of it. I just walked out of the store. What about you? Have you ever felt scammed or maybe taken advantage of after buying something? The sad truth is that lots of people have. In fact, it happens so often there's even a word for it, buyer's remorse, right? And it's not really a pleasant feeling for anyone. So that's why it's extremely important to be very careful selling things as a salesperson, because people are weary nowadays. Instead, the best way to make tons of money selling something is to simply sell things you truly believe will help people. Not only that, but this way you also get a deep sense of personal satisfaction and social boost that feel great. And you don't even have to coach people online or change their lives with animated videos like I do in order to experience this. Take this example. Just last week I sold an old Nintendo DS on Craigslist. Upon arrival at the nearest McDonald's, which was our meeting place, I saw a mom and her 12-year-old boy hop out of the minivan. They were both really excited. After she gave me $30, I gave her son my Nintendo DS and the couple of games that I went with, and his face immediately lit up like a bright Christmas tree. Now, there's no telling how much happiness and fun he was going to have with it, but in that moment, I couldn't help but smile too. It made my day, just like it made his. See, I used to think salespeople were scammy, but in that moment, I was the best kind of salesman, one who genuinely cared about his customer. And surprisingly, even the Wolf of Wall Street himself agrees.
To be great. And if the product's not well, then there you go. So at the end of the day, it comes down to the product being great. And that's what I said. I don't think you should use sales to make something that's great. Sell, if it sucks, you shouldn't be selling it, okay? The idea is sell great things to people and help them.
So, problem number one was that you had a great product, service, or idea, but you didn't have the skill set to sell it, to maybe pitch it, or get other people to accept it right away, or maybe even at all. Problem number two is that you probably feel like salespeople are scammy, and because of this, you do not feel comfortable selling things. Well, there's one more major problem I haven't talked about, and it's problem number three. Even though your dream is to actually make good money genuinely helping people, in reality, you don't make nearly enough to accomplish your goals. Do you want to know why? Well, let me illustrate this with a recent example of one of my friends. So one of my friends used to have a job in a gym where he would get paid extra on commissions, which meant that the more product he sold, the more he himself would earn. Now, the service he was selling was great. The gym had an amazing community. Actually, I went there a couple times and I loved it. And he had the skills to sell. But it seemed like after he sold $1,000 worth of commission in 1 month, it was like a switch went off in his head, and he would sabotage all future sales. For some reason, he simply messed up every sale after that. And for some reason, he couldn't figure out why he wasn't able to sell any more that month. However, I could. And in case you're dealing with the same problem, I know exactly why you aren't earning more money this month too. Why you won't next month, and probably why you won't next year. Are you ready for the answer? The secret has to do with your beliefs. You probably treat sales like a job, not something that's fun to do and actually helps people. Maybe you think money is associated with greed, or maybe you have a belief that it's ultimately destructive. And I get it, lots of people do. It's totally natural. In fact, most of these beliefs come from their past spending habits, maybe your parents' beliefs, and usually from something called a scarcity mindset. And unfortunately, this has the power to quite literally sabotage your entire life. But listen, what if you could instead have an abundance mindset, allowing you to attract more money and help those who are around you? For example, just imagine the feeling that you would get for randomly paying for a stranger's groceries and then seeing their smile, or visualize the feeling of covering your mother's medical bills while she's in the hospital, so that way she can focus on recovering instead of wondering, how the heck am I gonna pay for this? Or picture yourself taking your entire family on a weekend vacation to spend quality time with them. This could literally be the best stress relief they've had in years. Listen, I've done all of these things, and they are an amazing feeling, yet I couldn't have been able to do it without money. So at this point you might be thinking, yeah, but how is that related to sales? Well, I made all of my money selling things. Selling myself, I sold my YouTube channel, in theory selling my products, my ideas, and even selling other people's products, which is called affiliate marketing. And I was selling knowing full well that on the other side of each one of those sales was a person who had a smile, just like that boy who had bought my Nintendo DS. So once I made this connection that selling equals helping people, which means more money, I completely doubled down. I realized that people have problems and salespeople have solutions, which is something very important you need to learn early on in your life. So listen, if you want to make more money and you want to help people, then you absolutely need to learn how to sell effectively. And you need to start as soon as possible. Trust me, it'll completely change your mind for the better.
Instead of looking for reasons to do a barbecue and looking for excuses to not work, start looking for reasons to go sell something, to start a business, and figure out a way to get out of the financial difficulties that you and your families might be facing.
So if you've ever struggled with one of these problems, maybe feeling like you couldn't sell something to someone, maybe feeling like selling is scammy or sleazy, or that you couldn't make money doing what you absolutely love, then just keep watching this video. I'll tell you exactly how I solved all 3 of these problems and how you can follow my exact step-by-step process. Back in the day when I started practical psychology, I was terrible at selling. So with my entrepreneurial focus and craving for a solution to these main 3 problems, I set out to take and consume every sales course I could find. Literally, every single sales course I could find I bought and consumed. And do you know what I found? Do you know what my big realization was? There was a lot of crap out there. Like really, it would blow your mind if you knew how many companies are out there to make a quick buck by selling sales courses with nothing but just motivational content. And to top it off, some of these courses costed over $10,000. That's crazy. So I also tried the other extreme because there's a lot of free courses out there too. And unsurprisingly, these were usually just crappy blog posts with the hope that you spent half of your life savings on their coaching program so they could rescue your failing business. So here's a quick note. Listen, I'm not saying coaching and online courses are bad, but I'll never support overcharging a scared buyer to profit from their fears. Anyways, after filtering through what worked and didn't work, I also went ahead and read 8 psychology textbooks. You might be asking, why? Because there's a ton of stuff you can learn by doing that. And probably the best thing I learned specifically is how people make decisions and what influences buyers. So this made me realize the whole art of selling in a totally new light. Yet, even at this point, it still wasn't enough for me. Call me crazy, but I was hungry for more, much more. I wanted to really master both the art and the science of sales. So the last thing I did was buy even more books on sales, closing, reading body language, and everything else related to sales, written by the best sales experts. I was seriously dead set on learning everything there is to know about sales and the entire selling process. And as a result, I've learned so much of what to do, but also what not to do, which I found is equally as important. In total, I've invested over $30,000 in the past couple of years to cut through all the clutter and understand what sales is really about. Yet this still wasn't enough for me because ideas are just ideas. Also, I had to implement these ideas to make the money, right? After all, action is where the honey is. In fact, you'd be blown away by the success you could have by simply implementing some of the things I've learned. You don't believe me? Well, here's some proof for you. So at this point you might be thinking, yeah, but Theodore, you have over 1 million YouTube subscribers, you're basically a celebrity, no wonder you make that much money. And you know what, that's a really fair point, and actually might be something that I would think. Having the YouTube influence really helps to jumpstart things, but I'm definitely no celebrity. In fact, most people haven't even seen my face. The truth is that you don't even need that big of an audience to get started, let alone create a profitable online business. In fact, just by teaching you all the stuff I know about sales, you could easily earn 6 figures with only 1,000 true fans. That's right, 1,000 true fans is all that you need. I've even taught other people about what I've learned through like an online coaching system, and here's what they've had to say about me and my programs.
It was the best decision I could have made in terms of my career and my company. I feel like I understand a lot more about how sales works, how to promote your business in the best possible way, and to speak to a potential customer in a way where they would want to work with you. They don't see you as the type of seller where you're just trying to sell. You're there to speak to them, to understand their needs, and to tailor your service to their needs, so they become a lifelong customer, which is every business owner's dream.
There are many methods of this course that have taught me ways that I can actually sell to potential customers in the future, and also build my email marketing lists. I've taken my email marketing list to another level. I've literally gained tens of thousands of people on the lists just through using some of the methods that are on this course.
So you might have heard of the YouTube channel named Practical Psychology, and the guy behind that channel is the author of this particular course. I'm a senior systems engineer and I have been into many courses, be it technical, non-technical, and the biggest problem that I have faced is that the course is not to the point. The authors tend to beat around the bush, but not in this case. In this case, the course is strictly to the point and you get what you're expecting from the course. So that is one really good thing, and I hope all the authors, like all the authors who create courses, they can learn from this particular course on how to make a course very subtle and very strictly to the point.
I was excited when my friend Theodore told me that he was releasing the Psychology of Selling course. So naturally, I got it, I went through it, and I gotta say that he's done a hell of a job. The course is amazing. It's got cognitive biases, copywriting, it's got everything you need to get the fundamentals and also the smaller nuances of selling.
So at this point, you're probably wondering what I taught them, right? Well, you're in luck today because I'm going to open up my private vault of sales techniques right before you. These are the same strategies that my coaching clients use to go from 0 to 6 figures in a matter of months. And after perfecting teaching this type of sales framework to dozens of them during the last few years, I've been hard at work to put everything that works into a comprehensive course so that you too can learn these extremely powerful tools anywhere, anytime. Introducing the psychology of selling. This is the most comprehensive and science-based solution to skyrocket your sales, explode your online conversion rates, and even persuade buyers to take action by using marketing tactics backed by psychology. So the psychology of selling is an online video course with lifetime access and eventually future updates. Plus, you'll also get follow-along PDFs that you can print out just like a book, as well as downloadable MP3s with each video so that you can listen to the content anywhere, anytime, forever. So what exactly will you get when you join the psychology of selling? Well, the first module is called the 25 Cognitive Biases, and this is a first for a reason. Namely, you need to know how consumers make decisions in theory, and how these biases create mental habits that totally influence people's decision-making process without them ever noticing that they're being affected by them. By understanding these biases, you immediately get a fast lane in anyone's mind, and you can eventually even covertly influence them in a way to act that you want them to act, giving you an extremely powerful tool. I've never seen any course implement this, yet this is probably one of the reasons why the psychology of selling is unlike anything else you've ever seen before. Also, I provide you with an in-depth explanation of these biases and also give some examples and stories for each one so that you can have an expert's understanding and a psychologist's intuition of the brain by the time you're finished with this module. The second module is called the Psychological Closing Tactics, and that's because after learning about the theory of how people make decisions, you need to know exactly how to implement those theories in real life. Well, this module, Psychological Closing Tactics, does exactly that. You get no-nonsense tactical stuff that you can immediately implement into your sales campaign to instantly boost your call to actions, conversions, and persuasiveness without any of the crappy fluff. This might be considered an advanced module, and in case you're not too sure of what some of these words mean, no worries, because I'll explain each one of them in full detail within the course. Think of this module like a toolbox of sales tricks, but you also have to promise me that you'll only use them for good, because this stuff has the potential to change lives, for better or worse. Knowing these alone is likely to increase your closing rate by at least 50%, and I've personally increased my own opt-in rates by 700% using exactly what I teach in this module. Now, the third module is all about the methods of selling, because in sales, there are thousands of ways you can approach someone that you want to sell something to. However, it can get really confusing trying to learn every single method. So in order to make it as easy as possible for you, I break down and explain the actual sales process behind the absolute best methods so that you know which one to use and when to use it. I talk about powerful frameworks, such as the proven and time-tested AIDA. In fact, you might have actually heard about this before. Gary Vaynerchuk's jab, 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 right hook technique, something called the yes ladder, and several other powerful selling methods that experts use every day to generate millions of dollars in sales. Now, you can also basically copy and paste their secrets into your own business to great effect. Plus, you also keep learning new advanced methods of selling because I update this section as soon as a new innovative method starts to trend. This module alone is worth the price of the entire course because it will make you more money than anything else. These are the true proven techniques that they do not teach in college. And finally, the fourth module, one of my personal favorites, is about something called copywriting. And let me tell you up front, this thing lets you turn your words into cash. Straight up, it's as simple as that. Copywriting is both the art and science of selling with your words or writing persuasive sales messages that get people to act right now. Listen, copywriting was one of those high income skills that literally doubled my income when I learned about it. You see, people are emotional beings who always buy based on emotions, and then eventually they justify and solidify their buying decision with logic. This means if you want to move people emotionally, you have to know exactly what words to use at the exact right time, in the right way. So does this really work? Well, you tell me. I've been using copywriting techniques throughout this entire video, and if you're still watching, chances are it's working. So in this revolutionary module, I'll teach you everything I know about creating mouth-watering headlines, juicy, benefit-driven bullet points, and unbelievably high-converting sales pages that will make you hundreds of thousands automatically if set up properly. This stuff is so simple yet so powerful if it's taught right, and by the end of this module, you'll be confidently writing persuasive sales messages that will make your customers come to you begging to buy whatever you are selling.
Just because you call yourself a salesperson, just because you have an office to go to, and just because you got a business card doesn't mean you're a salesperson. You need to learn your trade the way an engineer would or a bartender would.
So listen, if you're ready to double down and learn to be an expert salesperson who has the ability to skyrocket sales, explode your conversion rates, and persuade your customers to take action, all you have to do is click the red Enroll Now button right below and get instant access to all of these value-packed video modules and lifetime access to all future updates of the full Psychology of Selling course. That's right, whenever I add something in the future, you'll be sure to receive it for free. Listen, I designed the Psychology of Selling from the ground up to be absolutely foolproof. This simplicity also ensures that anyone can follow the steps within and eventually turn themselves into a master salesperson in no time. Now, the Psychology of Selling, which comes with full lifetime access to all 4 powerful modules, normally sells for around $497. And you know what? This is an absolute steal considering the fact that just one of these techniques can make you tens of thousands of dollars or more in revenue. So any tool that is guaranteed to pay for itself in a few days is well worth a mere $497. However, I'd like to surprise you with a much better deal in just a moment just for watching this entire presentation today. It's a deal that will only be available here on this page only if you act right now. Yet before I get to that part, let me sweeten the pot for you. I heard you like bonuses, right? Who am I kidding? Everyone loves free bonuses. So I decided to throw in not 1, not 2, but 6 juicy bonuses as my personal gift for you. In fact, these bonuses could be used to get the quickest results simply by copy pasting them without you having to even go through and watch all the videos. Everything is designed so it takes very little effort to see amazing results. So are you ready for these juicy bonuses? Alright, here we go. First, I've included a whole bunch of golden Facebook ads that you can literally copy paste to get optimal click-through rates with your Facebook campaigns. Whatever industry you are in, these are tried and tested ads that work almost every time. But wait, once you get insanely low cost per clicks, then you'll also need great opt-in pages as well, right? So that's why, as bonus number 2, I'm including a collection of high converting opt-in pages that you can duplicate for your business model to rake in crazy profits. In fact, this will be your quickest way to your first 1,000 email subscribers, which will eventually turn into your automatic money generating machine, working for you 24/7 even while you sleep. But wait, because it gets even better. Because once people sign up for your opt-in and you get their email, you'll have to come up with and write a bunch of automated emails, right? Nope. Using bonus number 3, you can literally copy these pre-written emails that I've composed for you and paste them right into your email software to boost your open rates, your click-through rates, and eventually generate massive action around your product. But what happens when your prospects are done with the emails? Well, that's the perfect time to send them to a sales page, the most profitable page on your entire website. And I know that writing these beasts can be a major pain in the butt. So, as bonus number 4, I'm tossing in an archive of sales pages that have generated millions, or maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars, and they convert cold traffic at over 5%. In case you're new to selling online, 5% is an amazing conversion rate and can lead to over 6 figures a month easily. And there you have it. Now you have an entire sales funnel set up from start to finish, ready to start working for you on autopilot. It wasn't so hard, was it? Now you can simply copy and paste this entire sales funnel from the beginning to the end with these 4 powerful bonuses and immediately start making fat stacks of cash, right? However, we're still not done here because I mentioned 6 bonuses. What if you like more of a direct approach to selling? Maybe say over the phone. Well, I've got your back because bonus number 5 is a collection of cold calling scripts and examples that you can easily modify for whatever you're selling. And there's a script here for any type of person. In fact, these would make even the Wolf of Wall Street himself nod with approval. They're that effective. And finally, if these bonuses didn't feed your hunger for the simplicity of selling, bonus number 6 is a simple but extremely condensed checklist of everything that I cover in the course that you can apply to any sales method to ensure it's running optimally and leads to the most possible closes. This is great when you need a quick recap of any of the powerful techniques, and it'll be there for you whenever you need it. So listen, I could easily sell any of these juicy bonuses for $100 each, and they'd still be worth it because of their insane profit multiplying power. However, as I said before, my ultimate goal is to help you become a master salesperson without breaking the bank. So I'm just tossing in these bonuses for free. So here's the deal. Simply click the button that says enroll now, and I'll give you free access to all 6 juicy bonuses valued at over $600, plus I'm going to give you full lifetime access to the entire Psychology of Selling system, including all 4 comprehensive modules that has a retail price of $497. So it's basically a total value of $1,097, but for only a single one-time investment of $297, all of this can be yours. That's right, for only $297, you could arm yourself with a complete selling system that's based entirely on science and gives you all the skills necessary to skyrocket your sales, explode your online conversion rates, and persuade buyers to take action. But this crazy low launch price is only valid for a limited time because after a couple days, I'm raising it back up to $497, where it should be. Listen, I'm never going to offer this course at such a crazy low price again. In fact, it's virtually guaranteed to increase once I start adding more content. However, if you join today, you'll lock in your membership forever ever, and you won't have to pay anything else, ever, while still receiving lifetime updates full of additional templates, scripts, and bonuses. So better to claim your spot right now because I'd hate for you to miss out. Plus, you can confidently join today because there's no risk to you. Why? Because you're fully covered by my ironclad 30-day 100% money back guarantee. So here's my simple offer. If you don't absolutely love this course, feel like you haven't seen any results after 30 days of completing this course, or maybe if you just don't like my voice, I insist that you get 100% of your money back. Simply email me, show me that you tried some of this stuff, and I'll give you 100% of your money back. It really is that simple. So don't wait any longer. Click the red button below that says enroll now and get immediate access to this entirely powerful system. Click it right now and let me prove it to you on me with everything including success guaranteed for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you inside the course.